Seven mistakes Latin sales closers make when selling in English and how to fix them fast. Inglés para closers, Germanis de más. Let's hit it. Intro. Si eres un closer de venta latinoamericano que vende bien en español, pero se traba, se pega al intentarlo en inglés, no estás solo. Quizás quieres trabajar con empresas de Estados Unidos, cobrar comisiones más altas, o simplemente entender a Alex Hormozzi, Jerry Miner o Cole Gordon. Sin subtítulos, pues esta guía y este video son para ti. De igual forma te voy a dejar el link para que descargues la guía en PDF. En los siguientes slides voy a enseñarte los errores más comunes que cometen los closers bilingües o intentando ser bilingües y cómo solucionarlo para cerrar en inglés, tener mejores resultados y hablar con seguridad. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. El video está en inglés, porque si estás intentando cerrar en inglés, deberías entenderlo. Y si no lo entiendes, pues ahí está tu problema. Mistake 1. Trying to sound perfect instead of natural. The problem is, many closers try to speak perfect English, worrying about grammar, present perfect, past, the pronunciation of things like this. But they end up trying to sound like they're native speakers, which is impossible because you're not native. And the prospects, as I wrote there, won't be checking your pronunciation or grammar with a checklist. Oh, he made a mistake. He said world instead of world. No, man, not at all. The fix, the buyers, the prospect need to trust you. So focus on tone, clarity, and confidence. Sound like a pro. Sound like you know what you're doing, like you're confident instead of perfect. That'll get you way further. Mistake 2. Translating in your head during sales calls. The problem. If you're translating Spanish to English in real time, you're in your head. And sales is all about active listening, about understanding the feelings, the emotions of the prospect, the body language, the tone. It's not the same if it tells you like, yeah, I'm ready to move forward. Yes, I'm ready to move forward. Different, right? But if you're translating in your head, you won't pick up on that. The fix. Train with real sales languages. Phrases, objections, transitions, clauses, everything. That will that will that way you'll get certain words, phrases, and you reply automatically. See how I make a few mistakes. But I don't care. I just go on, keep talking, and that's it. No big deal. That's the same thing you should do. Example, if I listen to I need to think about it, I immediately go like, okay, no problem. How do you mean by that? Blah 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 blah. Okay? And just so we're clear, is this something you want to do 100% or not? It's like comes to my head because I've practiced. Mistake 3. Using scripts built for Spanish sales. What works in Spanish doesn't always work in English. I don't sell with scripts, I don't use scripts, but most closers do, and they use the wrong ones. The fix. Learn to adjust tonality, urgency, and emotional pacing for US buyers. Start using English sales frameworks that match American psychology. For example, if you're a closer who uses scripts, you could go for a Jeremy Miner, a Cole Gordon, Bill Walsh. But if you cannot speak English, you won't understand the scripts and you won't get anywhere. Or if you're closing in Spanish, you can take the scripts. If you use scripts, I recommend not to, but if you use, and adapt them. Also, there is Josh Lyons who sells without scripts. Mistake 4. Waiting. Waiting until you're fluent to start closing. The problem. Fluency is a trap. If you wait until you're ready, you'll wait forever. That's just your fear, man. The fix. You don't need to be fluent. You need to be functional. Practice with mock calls and role plays designed for closers. Sell your way to fluency. Ergo, just jump to the pool. Just jump to the damn pool. Start doing role plays with your partners, your mentor, whoever knows English and sales. And when you're in a real sales call, you'll just flow because you've practiced so much. Mistake 5, wasting time on generic English courses. The problem, school style English teaches you how to ask for directions, not how to close a 5K deal. That's obvious, I don't need to explain it. The fix, learn English built for sales. Focus on objection handling, discovery questions, and closing language. Specific, be specific. The key takeaway here is be specific. Mistake 6, thinking English is the only barrier. The problem, language is just one piece. Confidence, cultural fluency, and objection handling matter just as much. The fix, work on selling in English, not just speaking. Practice navigating pressure, asking hard questions, and holding frame in another language. Hard questions like, wow, man, that situation of your grandma dying and not having enough money to pay for anything and struggling through that through these last 6 months, how does that make you feel? Things like that. Mistake number 7. Mistake number 7, trying to learn alone without feedback. The problem, you can't self diagnose what you're not aware of. Most closers plateau because no one's correcting them. Nobody tells them, oh, this is wrong, this is good. No. The fix, get feedback from a coach who knows sales and English. A coach who knows how to teach English specifically for closers. That's how you improve fast. Just so you know, I'm originally an English teacher who learned sales afterwards. Bonus! Understand your mentors without subtitles. Bonus because I love you. If you're watching Cole Gordon or Jeremy Minor with subs, you're only getting about 50% of the game. Real value is in the tonality, pacing, and psychology behind their words. Tonality, like, how do you mean by that? Like Jeremy Minor stuff. That's a Jeremy Minor classic. Or I could tell you, Cole Gordon. Cole Gordon will be more like, gotcha. Now, how's that impacting your business in real time? But if you're watching it with the subs, you're focused on the subs, you lose that. You lose that small nuances that will make or break the sale. Now, when you learn to think in English while listening to high level mentors, you stop guessing and start mastering the game. Now, another thing, US mentors are 10, 15 years more advanced than mentors in Spain or Latin America. So you'll be advanced. Now, what's the next step? And I'll switch back to Spanish. El siguiente paso. Si estás listo para dejar de estancarte y empezar a cerrar en inglés en 120 días o menos, te enseño exactamente cómo lograrlo. Rápido. Envíame un DM con la palabra close a mi Instagram, Germán para comenzar.